In today's video, we'll look into a scenario in which the Republic of Congo forms an empire. And the first thing they do is they go after both Gabon and Equatorial Guinea. Why two nations at once? Well, I guess because it's easier than one. No, it's just that Equatorial Guinea has nothing to fight back with. And so they push up they move in from the east and the south. Oh wait, this front line kind of reminds me of a different front line. And in the north, they start moving forwards, and they take out Equatorial Guinea. And this island, I think is the island that's part of Equatorial Guinea. And then Equatorial Guinea surrenders. They go up after Cameroon. Well, they annexed all of Gabon and Equatorial Guinea except that island, because wouldn't look good in their empire. And it was an island, and they didn't want another island. That's so far away and could easily be taken over, I guess. And they're not there yet. Definitely not. And they quickly launch their spearhead up to there to cut this part off from the rest of Cameroon. And they move into there quickly. As well, there's lots of gain there. And now they manage to encircle this big chunk of the country. Well, basically encircle. Unless Central African Republic sending stuff in. With their forces being kicked right back. But they do manage a counter-offensive, which pushes back to the water. And even cuts part of their occupation zone off. But that counter-offensive was a success, except it had one problem. And it gets cut off in two spots, leading to two encirclements. One encirclement, both are quickly dealt with. And Cameroon has no fighting capabilities left, so they surrender. It was a British colony at one point, too. As they start moving into the Central African Republic. As this is happening, a secret alliance is signed with the Democratic Republic of Congo and Angola. The idea of this is to stop them eventually. And they start planning an invasion of the country. And they get to about here. In Angola, and their neighbor decides to launch an armed invasion. How do they launch it? Well, first they launch one into the south. That gets to about there. They launch one over here. And they launch a counter-offensive with the help of the Central African Republic, who also knew about this. With, them deciding to focus on the southern front, which is going bad, and will continue to go bad for a few more weeks. As they start ending up like this. With them managing to hold it like this, but then they start moving into here. As it's a stalemate, so they're starting to move troops, they move into here. With them managing to get the troops out of the north. But with the help of their puppet, they manage to kick them back in, this area. And it didn't get that far, but they start making pushback against the enemy. And they start to move towards the border of their enemy nations, but they get pushed back a tiny bit, but not as far as they had. So that they're just not bordering the countries. With them realizing they have to withdraw the troops, and they withdraw as many as they can before an encirclement's made. And then they get kicked out. And to settle this upset, they decide to invade back. With their enemies having to move soldiers back out of their area, except Angola, which keeps fighting here. With everything but where Angola is occupying getting pushed out. And them getting ready for another offensive there, as they know they're getting pushed back there. So they only get pushed back to here. And that's okay, because, their goal is a cross-border attack. They even encircle the capital, which they quickly take. With Angola focusing its attention to stop this offensive into the Democratic Republic of Congo. And well, they managed to do an offensive, but they had to take almost every troop out of there. And well, this is what the front line now looks like. Well, after that, they all moved out of this area to push them back. So they quickly make a spearhead to cut it off. And the small amount of forces there do nothing. With them taking over the full country, but really rapidly, before they can occupy the areas that they took under their control. They're there, and then here. That's what the front line becomes. With them launching their first attack against Angola. With another counter-offensive made. This time they only managed to push them back slightly. But with Angola having to pull troops to its area, and Evrai pulls troops out of the, well, Central African Republic, and well, an offensive is launched in the north of the DRC. The point of this offensive is to meet up with that offensive to slow down the rest of their fronts. With the DRC having to surrender, and well, at this point, this is what they make their area to defend them. And well, it's really good, except it fails. And how bad of a failure? Well, the Republic of Congo starts pushing them back. With the Republic of Congo not wanting much out of them, so they agree to surrender. Let's see how the peace treaty goes. Exclave of Angola and some more lands in the north. They take the panhandle of the Democratic Republic of Congo and some border territory. And some border territory from the Central African Republic. Made them a puppet and gave some land, border land, to Cameroon from the Central African Republic. And that's really all for today's video. Please like and subscribe. Why see subscribers? We're trying to get to 2,900 subscribers by September 1st. And our next subscriber special is at 3,000 subscribers. So please subscribe. That's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out. But not until you subscribe. Bye, guys.